The following segment is sponsored by Craig Swapp and Associates. Now here in Utah, if you haven't noticed, we're lucky to get all 4 seasons, and that's awesome. But along with that comes a variety of weather. Craig Swapp's here to share a few tips that's going to help us keep safe this winter out there on the road. Welcome back to the show, Craig. It's great to have you.
Thanks, Dave. It's always nice to be with you.
Thank you so much. Now you've seen this time and time again, so you got a lot of tips for us. Let's talk tire maintenance.
Okay.
What about that?
Well, tire maintenance is probably the one thing people do the worst. You know, you want to make that tire last forever, but as soon as the snow and the rain comes, you have no traction.
Yeah.
And so that's one of the things that you really got to watch closely, you know, really with your kids' cars. I know I've seen this with my, you know, the kids as they've grown up and they started driving, that I've got to watch their cars closer than they do.
And I'm as guilty as the next guy. My daughter's about to get her driving permit, so this is a good conversation. I hope she listens to this. What about driving following distance? Because she talks about that, and she's following now and checking it out. What do you think?
Well, with all of the new people moving into our state,
yeah,
a lot of them come from warmer cultures. They don't get that concept. and the closer you are, and if you're sliding, you just can't stop. And so really a good rule of thumb that I've tried to hone in with my family is just go slower.
Yeah.
You know, keep a good distance.
After a lull and then the roads clear up and then they get snowy, you can see the accidents coming, so just slow down there, keep your distance. Driving speed, obviously, what tips that way? Well,
speed, you just lose control so much quicker. The road will not hold you when it's wet,
yeah,
like it will when it's dry.
Yeah. Now brakes, obviously a big thing, kind of like tires, we forget about on the slippery, icy roads. What do we do about brakes?
Well, you know, some of the older cars, when ABS brakes came along, that kind of automatically kind of pumps the brakes for you to slow down.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of cars out there that don't, and so the key is to do slow braking. Don't jump on the brakes and skid, but kind of pump it as you're trying to come to a stop.
Awesome. Good advice there. What about clearing the snow and ice? There's a lot of the trucks out there. What advice do you have for us?
Well, take the time in the morning. If you're late for work, it's better to scrape off the snow off your windshields than to go and run into something or cause a problem. The key is just take a breath.
You can see the cars that they're just trying to peer out that one crack.
Right.
Yeah, it's so dangerous. Snow's flying off. Just take a quick minute. It's worth it.
It's totally worth it.
Now, what about something that we should always have in our cars? You got some advice for us. What is that?
Yeah, no, I've got an emergency kit in my trunk, and that's just in case something happens. Fortunately, I haven't had to use it yet. Hopefully I won't.
Knocking on wood.
but it's just a really inexpensive emergency kit that can throw out some warning signs and food and just some of the things you'd need in the event that your car had a problem.
An extra battery to charge your phone, possibly, something like that.
Yeah, you could add whatever you wanted to it, but think about what you'd need if you were stranded.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. Any other tips that you might have for us, Craig?
I'd just say be careful. Just be careful when you're out there on the roads. Utah is a wonderful place, especially this time of year, but it comes with some hazards that if we navigate them carefully, we can enjoy it.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely. Thank you for being on the show. How can Craig Swapp and Associates help us if we get into a car accident? What do you think?
You know, we're here for anyone that's been hurt in an accident. I've been doing this for over 30 years.
That's awesome.
And love what we do, but we're here to help people. Help people when they're in a fix, help them overcome the challenges that come with that. If you know, I think you've mentioned you've had some challenges with your situation, but insurance companies aren't always ready to help you.
You need a bulldog in the fight. You need someone that knows how to navigate.
Absolutely.
Thank you. You guys are the guys. Thank you for taking the time to be here on the show. It's great to see you, Craig.
Thank you, Dave.